But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, here we go.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Let's go. 19 tight, 19 tight. Take go.
Looking to throw. Howard. Flush to his right. Able to locate his running back. Open downfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. Got a man. It's the rookie out of the 3rd round. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards. Johnson is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Looking for Austin, intercepted. Breaks through the contact. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Allen going to audible to a different look. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Allen. And he is caught. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
Regular.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. They'll run with Cook. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now Allen. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket.
Touchdown! A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive? And that's caught inside the 35. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 37 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory. Down at the 33. Back to throw. Howard. That is caught at the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now they empty the backfield and motion the man left. This is caught. And he takes a pop at the end of that one. It'll be a gain of about 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. Connor Hayward, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Inside handoff, Smith. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. (7-7) our score after 1. Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Allen to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Smith catches left side. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun. Howard. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Operating from the gun. Howard. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Looking to throw. Howard. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Being chased out left. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 7. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Smith. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. To the air, Allen. Touchdown, Bills. From 4 yards out. And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Howard. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Now inside the 25. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Here's Bass now for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Let's go now.
Operating from the gun, Howard. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Dragon 60. Go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll check this down to Johnson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Howard. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Back to throw. Howard. Escaping the pressure right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Calvin Austin as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Allen now looks to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. This time they stay on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Now this time, Allen will throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Throwing now is Allen. Eluding the pressure right. That is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Looking to throw. Howard. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 43. Johnson on the counter. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
2nd and 9 now. Flush to his right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
19 tight, 19 tight. Ready? Come 19, come 19.
To throw is Howard from the gun on 3rd down. Flushed out right. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Off the play fake. Allen escaping the pressure right. This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
56, 56.
Now Allen. Man open left side is well. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Dancing to his left. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
And that is incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Operating from the gun, Howard. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 37. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And here's Freiermuth again. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Back to throw again. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Pat Freiermuth from 8 yards out. And the Steelers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point splits the uprights. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. From the 35, here's 2nd down and 1. A give to Smith out of the gun. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
2nd and 10. Allen going to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he fires deep for Shakir. It's caught inside the 25. A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen, eluding the pressure right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Flush to his right. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. David Njoku. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bills look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this fourth quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. Back to throw. Howard. Flushed out right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Escaping the pressure right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. it.